Yeah, so my career path before ESMT probably made me a unique person at ESMT, especially for a full-time MBA. I was quite already deep in my career, like I said, 15 or so years, which is a little more than a normal MBA student. My job was leading basically brick and mortar retail stores, so I had rather large markets. My last company, I was with Nike, and I had the San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Hawaiian markets. And I loved it, but I never really stopped to think about what I want to do with my career, what I love about what I'm doing, and an MBA looked like the best mechanism to kind of give me that opportunity to reflect for myself while broadening my horizons and learning more about different parts of the business than I had exposure to in my role. And why specifically ESMT is because they have an emphasis on sustainability. Plus, come on, Berlin's cool. After ESMT, I did what our head of career services here, Marcel, would call the triple jump. So I changed not only geography, but I changed sector and I changed function. So I went from working in America in retail, leading and driving revenue and profitability, to pivoting into an HR function, a people function. And I started out working in consulting after graduation and quickly learned that consulting was not for me. Definitely people love it, but it was not for me. And then from there, I pivoted in-house to work in a people development function with a pretty large startup in, well, they're not just in Europe, but they're well known in Berlin, SumUp. And then I was with SumUp for a little while. And then I was recruited away by Vinted, where I am now, working as a director of people across those three functions I mentioned earlier. So I think the most precious thing I acquired is probably friendships. You're so tight together, you're with each other when you're in your groups and your whole cohort, day in and day out. It's an intense program. And so you really get to build relationships, not just working alongside these people, but getting to know them as people. And since I've left ESMT, my closest Berlin friends are people who I went to school with at ESMT. And so to me, that's pretty precious as a relationship-oriented person. What I learned about myself was to dismantle some fears about parts of the business that maybe seemed ambiguous or mysterious, like finance. Finance was always just like over there. And with the breadth of what the scope is in the ESMT full-time program, it allowed me to break down that fear of the mystery of what do these other parts of the business do, to allow me to be more comfortable with them. No matter how much you prepare for how intense it is, it's going to exceed your expectations. So no matter how much you prepare for the intensity, just already amplify that it's not enough. Challenge your own bias because you won't prepare yourself enough for how intense the actual program is because of its condensed time frame. Doesn't diminish from the experience at all, but to get the most out of it, you need to be really well balanced and ready to navigate the intensity of it. Secondly is it goes by so fast, so make sure to savor and enjoy the moments and get involved. It's precious. When it's over and it's done, you look back and you can look at some things, you're like, oh, I didn't do that, or I could have done that, and you don't have a chance to go backwards. It flies by and then it's over and everyone's off doing their lives and their work. And so really savor and try to appreciate and get involved as much as you can, because while it's intense, it goes fast.